Let's break it down. A bridge built to make US-Canada trade faster is now being pulled into a political fight. President Trump has threatened to block the opening of the Gordie Howe International Bridge, the new Detroit to Windsor crossing, unless Canada agrees to negotiations and what he calls compensation, including talk of ownership and revenue. That may sound like headline drama, but this corridor is one of North America's key freight routes. If politics can jam a bridge, it can jam factories. I am Imran, a Middle East-based analyst, and today we're going to unpack what happened, why it matters, the incentives on each side, the scenarios from here, and what to watch next. First, the setup. Detroit-Windsor is a major gateway for autos, parts, and industrial goods moving between the US and Canada. The new bridge was built to add capacity and redundancy, so the region isn't dependent on a single crossing. It's also unusual because Canada financed the project up front, expecting to recover costs through tolls over time with binational coordination on border operations. Now, what happened? Trump argued that Canada has treated the US unfairly on trade and said he won't allow the bridge to open unless Ottawa negotiates. He pointed to long-running market access disputes unfolded in broader tensions, including Canada's engagement with China. Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney pushed back and said he expects the issue to be settled after talks with Trump. In Michigan, state leaders and members of Congress criticized the threat because the bridge is seen as essential infrastructure for jobs and supply chains on the US side too. So why does this matter? Because it extends trade leverage from tariffs into infrastructure. A tariff changes the price, a threat and delay changes the reliability of the route. And reliability is what modern manufacturing runs on, especially autos where parts can cross the border multiple times before final assembly. From Canada's perspective, it also raises a risk management question. If even a jointly planned project can be politicized at the last mile, then diversification becomes rational. More routes, more buffers. Now, the scenarios. 1. Quick de-escalation. This gets folded into a broader trade discussion, both sides claim a win, and the bridge opens on schedule. 2. Slow walk delay. No dramatic shutdown, just administrative friction that pushes timelines and injects uncertainty into spring shipping and plant planning. 3. Escalation. The bridge becomes a symbol in a wider US-Canada dispute, and the economic pain shows up in logistics costs, investment decisions, and local politics. What should you watch next? Watch whether this turns into specific written demands or stays as a vague threat. Watch what Canada offers in enforceable terms, and watch the final US administrative steps for opening, because that's where politics meets reality. Here's the takeaway. This isn't just about a bridge. It's about predictability. When allies can't forecast the rules of trade and transit, they quietly build exit ramps, not out of ideology, but out of risk control. If this breakdown helped, hit like, subscribe, and share it. And comment below, is using infrastructure as leverage smart negotiating, or a risky habit that eventually backfires on your own economy?